I just wanted to film a quick little mini lesson explaining ser and estar and some of the differences. So I have our conjugations here. Hopefully you can see this okay. I did the subject pronouns with ser and not with estar, just so you could see one chart with the subject pronouns. Now, both of these verbs mean to be, but in Spanish they cannot be used interchangeably. So when you say yo soy or yo estoy, both of those are saying I am, but they won't be used interchangeably. Somos and estamos both mean we are, but they have very distinct uses. Now, keep in mind, and this is something I saw a few of you struggling with, the first person is the yo form, second person to, third person is the ella form. So when it asks for third person singular, it's referring to the ella form of the verb. If it's saying third person plural, it's referring to the ellos, ellas form of the verb. Just something to keep that in mind, because I know some of us were kind of mixing those up. Like it would say ustedes, and you should have chosen son to go with ustedes, and if it's just usted, es. So conjugations here, make sure with estar you don't forget your accent marks over the to, the el, the, I don't believe you use vosotros, and the ellos. So that's important to keep in mind. So conjugation charts, I always like a chart, keeps it a little more simple and follows a pattern. Every verb will use the same chart. Now, let's talk about uses for ser and estar since they are not interchangeable. Ser, all right, let's get this even here. When you think of ser, I want you to think permanent things, all right? So physical and personality descriptions, your job, explaining the time and date. Even though it changes, they are still on a cyclical, it's permanent. So you may argue, well, your job can change, or your personality can develop, or I could dye my hair. The difference is those things do not change on a moment-to-moment basis. So when you're describing, if I wanted to say, I am short, yo soy baja, okay? Permanent description. Now, estar, I want you to think temporary, things that can change on a moment-to-moment basis, like your location, okay? Ahora estoy en la casa de mis padres. Right now I'm in my parents' house, but in a minute I could be outside or in the car, or I could go from the living room to the kitchen. Okay, location changes, it's very temporary. Position, this is related to your prepositions, and you guys had a location or a lesson on prepositions. Anytime you're telling where something is located, use estar, not ser. And then when you're describing emotions, emotions change just like this, right? Ahora estoy contenta, pero en un momento hoy estoy triste. Okay? Think estar temporary. Now, some clue words. If you had like sentences and you had to choose, am I using ser or estar? Anytime you see de, that means you're telling origin. Yo soy de North Carolina, Carolina del Norte. Okay, if you're telling origin, you're telling ser. Where you're from never changes. If you see en, that's usually a good clue word for estar. It's saying you're in somewhere, at somewhere, on something, that's something temporary, okay? I always like to give little clue words. That just kind of helps narrow things down if you ever had to choose. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Let me know if you have any questions.